calm sea and prosperous voyage, God's answer to the prayerful voyager. But this cruel and possibly evil sea off the Florida coast was never meant for man, and maybe not for God. Once known as the Devil's Sea, for its legends abound with unnatural mysteries of disappearance and death, we now speak of it in simpler terms. This is the Bermuda Triangle.
Timothy, our newlyweds will be coming aboard about 9:30. I want all kinds of icy champagne, lots of cold shrimp, and I want it when they get here.
Right.
And tell them I'm sorry I couldn't make the wedding. I got to run on down to Montego.
Right, sir.
Fort Lauderdale Control.
Lauderdale. Where am I?
Where am I? Say again.
Lauderdale? Lauderdale, my compass is spinning. I've lost my ADF. My gyros are gone. I'm lost, Lauderdale. Where am I? Help me, Lauderdale. I've lost my horizon. Help me, Lauderdale.
Say again, 29er. I don't read you. Sir, that airplane just disappeared. 29er Tango, come in. Do you read me? Come in, 29er Tango.
Coast Guard, we appear to have a plane ditching.
Here we go. Drink it up, everybody. There you are. Here you go. I got me a whole boatload of this stuff. Hi, Doll.
Hey, I've been so busy with this, I never did get my own drink. Could you fix me a glass of bourbon, please?
Sure, no water in it, right?
No water. They do that at the factory.
Can we help you home?
Thank you, no, Myra. Tonight, all you do is relax and enjoy.
We appreciate the party, Harry.
After all you've done for me, Frank, you rebuilt this beautiful boat. All I did is make a lot of money. You gave me something I can love to show for it.
Well, you'd better thank Jed more than me. He did most of it.
We're partners, Harry. Who did what makes no difference at all.
Well, that's what makes a good partnership, huh? Here, hold over.
Well, I'm going to be a good girl now that way you're gone.
I know you are, honey.
And Claudia's going to stay with me. And Jed will be around. I'll look after them. Don't worry, Mommy.
I wouldn't worry a bit.
Jed, you are looking at a man who is standing exactly where he wants to stand, doing exactly what he wants to do, exactly the time he wants to do it.
I think that's good.
Here it is, honey.
Oh, thanks. Now,
Is it all right?
how could anything that well served not be? Frank, where are you going on your honeymoon?
John Borden, a friend of ours over on Bimini, we rebuilt his ketch about a year ago. He's letting us use it.
That sounds great.
Frank? Now?
Now, we're going to change clothes, excuse us.
Are you sure about going all the way over to Bimini in that thing?
Sure, it's only 50 miles. We can make it in a half hour.
But you won't, right?
How fast will she go, Frank?
Oh, she'll do 90, maybe more.
Frank, those engines are still a little tight. Now, remember, you promised not to go above 3,500 RPM.
Okay. Okay.
Goodbye, sweetheart.
Mommy.
Take care, you too, huh? You too.
All right.
Later, babe.
Take it easy.
I'll just dawdle across.
Well, honeymoons are wonderful things.
I suppose that's so.
I've enjoyed every one of mine. Well, you better make that 2 out of 3.
Babysitting myself, you know.
Have you?
Sure, little ones. They sleep mostly. Is it gonna bug you taking care of me?
Oh, I think I can cope.
Yeah, but lie.
Go on, you go to sleep. Here. Good night.
Mwah. See ya. Bye.
Thank you.
It's the least I could do.
I'm surprised with your affliction. You can still open a door.
What affliction?
Your right hand.
What's the matter with my right hand?
Oh, it's the right hand of Rat Fink. That's what's the matter with it.
Meaning?
What does one usually do with the right hand? Write letters?
Wait a minute now. When you left last summer, it was goodbye, good luck, and nobody gets hurt. That's the way you said you wanted it, and that's the way I played it.
And you did.
Meaning?
Well, a postcard. Damn it, a lousy postcard.
Postcards, letters, phone calls, they weren't in the rules, remember?
Rules are words. They're not inscribed in stone, you know.
See, my hand works just fine.
Dandy.
About that.
Care to try for 20?
Lieutenant, I have a blip, sir. What kind of boat can go that fast?
I don't know. Hydroplane, maybe. Plot that speed for me, will you?
Yes, sir.
It's rule-breaking time.
Always happens at weddings. People get over emotional.
Is that what it is?
Jed! Jed, come here. Hurry it up. Frank's got himself some kind of trouble.
Did Frank say what the trouble was?
I couldn't hear him too clear. I did get he wants to talk to you.
Frank? Come in, Frank. This is Jed. Over.
The compass, man. Something's wrong with the compass.
What's wrong with the compass, Frank?
Jed, where am I?
What is it, Frank?
The light. What's the light?
What light, Frank?
The compass. It's spinning. I don't know where we are. We're lost.
Frank!
It just, it's gone.
Come right, 016.
Frank! Frank!
We lost radar contact at 21:14 hours. I proceeded immediately to the scene, notified the Rescue Coordination Center en route. They had aircraft with us in 20 minutes. We searched all night long.
But it was dark.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but we had a clear night and a full moon. Had there been anything, we should have found it by now. We're going to keep searching, but,
What is it?
that boat was traveling in excess of 80 miles an hour.
Wrong. He was turning 3,500 RPM. He couldn't have been going over 40.
The quartermaster plotted him at 80 plus on a maneuvering board. He's very good at his job.
Lieutenant, what do you think happened?
Well, like any body of water these days, the Gulf Stream is polluted. He probably hit a floating object of some sort.
Lieutenant, are you sure this thing is working?
You familiar with radar, Mr. Ballinger?
Well, I happen to have a little company that builds these things. I built this one, as a matter of fact.
Works fine.
Well, that's good to hear. Now, what I got trouble with is this. If a boat that big hit something, there'd be wreckage or some kind of image on the screen, wouldn't there? I mean, it just wouldn't go out like a light bulb. There's another one for the Bermuda Triangle.
Drop it, Linder.
Yes, sir. Excuse me. Son, I don't mean to get you in any kind of trouble, but, well, Lieutenant, he watches radar all the time. I'd like to get his opinion.
He's referring to the Bermuda Triangle, Harry. It's an area off the coast of Florida here where ships and planes are supposed to disappear.
I'm afraid that's a very overworked superstition, Mr. Ballinger.
Yeah, I've heard about that. What about that plane that disappeared just last evening?
A private plane, some mechanical failure, I'm sure.
Well, Lieutenant, if all this were just superstition, there'd be wreckage in the water. But there isn't. Now, either there's something to this Bermuda Triangle stuff and things do disappear, or my radar here is all fouled up. But you say it isn't, so...
Mr. Ballinger, there is no such thing as the Bermuda Triangle.
Is that the official Coast Guard position?
It is.
And it could be you're right. But what if you're not?
She didn't want to stay at the house, so I thought it was best to let her come down here. Thanks, Jill.
My mommy did not leave me. She didn't go away.
Wendy.
She's out there. I know she is.
Mr. Ballinger, I was just looking for you, sir.
Oh, what's on your mind, Linder?
I was wondering, sir, you still interested in that Bermuda Triangle thing?
Well, it's got me curious, I'll tell you that.
There's this professor. Well, he was a professor. His name is Caldas. He fishes over there off that Brook Causeway almost every day. He lost his wife off the coast it's about 4 years ago now. You know, we never found her. Nothing, not a trace. Coast Guard just says, yeah, unexplained things do happen, and they let it go at that. But not him. He wouldn't let it go at that. You go talk to him. He's going to tell you about seeing white lights and hearing voices. Strange. I mean, there's been some weird things, really weird things been happening out there.
Yes, sir? Oh, this Friday. She was fishing alone, not more than a half mile from here. And she disappeared. She just disappeared.
I'm sorry.
You lost someone?
Yeah. I lost 2 friends. And this morning I heard the fellow they were going to visit over on Bimini, they lost him too, yesterday afternoon.
Oh. It's very strange. Most of these disappearances seem to be happening right around this time of year.
Is that a fact?
Oh, it's a fact, all right, and there's lots more. Did you ever hear of the Marine Sulphur Queen? 425-foot freighter with 39 men aboard. Lost without a trace. No debris, no oil slick, and not one body recovered. Of course, since World War II, there's been over 100 ships and planes lost. And over 1,000 people who seem to have just vanished. Now, maybe you could tell me what happened to them.
I was hoping you could tell me.
No, I've been out of the conclusion business for some time now. Conclusions can make a man look foolish. Very foolish.
You don't look foolish to me, Professor.
Well, you haven't heard my conclusions. You find your reasons and then come back. And remember, there are records of incidents going as far back as the 1800s. You find your facts, figure them all out, and come back, and then we'll talk some more foolishness.
Thanks, Professor. I'll do that.
Well, Mr. Ballinger, you remember Apollo 12? You know what the astronauts aboard reported was the last discernible thing seen on planet Earth? It was a large luminous halo coming off the waters around the Bahamas. Now, that's in the exact center of what we now call the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay. Good.
I hope you don't mind my interrupting.
Not at all.
I was curious about your boat.
Why?
Well, I like them. I'm in the boat business. This is exactly the same as Bankshot 2, isn't it?
Not exactly, no.
Well, what's the difference?
Frank was second in the Bimini race in this boat last year. He didn't like being second. So we molded a new hull, same as this one. Put in more powerful engines and redesigned the propellers.
Hi, Jen.
Harry?
Lieutenant?
Mr. Ballinger?
Well, is there anything new?
No, sir, I'm sorry.
So am I.
In effect, then, Bankshot 2 was a brand new boat.
I suppose so, yes.
What's your trouble, Lieutenant?
At the speed she was capable of, and she hadn't had sea trials yet, maybe she didn't hit anything. She could have flown apart on her own.
She didn't.
Mr. Horn, I understand, and I'm sorry. You designed it. You have to feel that way.
I'm telling you. Now, you listen to me. That boat did not disintegrate. Harry, it didn't.
Let's take it easy. Tell me something, will you, Lieutenant? If his boat had flown apart, again I'm asking, how come you never found it yet? Not a cushion, not a life jacket, nothing.
Again, sir, I don't know.
This is really fascinating stuff. Hey, Jed, when you talked to Frank last night, did he say anything about his compass?
Yes, it did.
What did he say?
That he was having trouble with it, that it was spinning.
Listen to this. In 1945, after the war, 5 Navy torpedo planes took off from here for a training flight in perfect weather conditions. They called in an emergency, the tower asked their position, and the flight leader said, and I'm going to quote him, "We're not sure of our position. We cannot be sure just where we are. We seem to be lost." Did Frank say anything about his being lost?
Yes. Yes, he did.
The whole thing, Jed, is that these books and articles we've been going over are just filled with things like that.
I know that, Harry. The stories are around.
Well, these planes were lost in broad daylight. And then the Navy sent out a big old rescue plane to find them, and damn if they don't lose that one, too. Now, Jed, you got to admit that's strange.
I can't explain it, Harry.
Dad, can I see you, please?
Well, what is it, Wendy?
Take me out on your boat, please. It's important.
Why, honey?
My mommy didn't leave me. I heard her. I heard her voice. Please. Please, Jed, take me out there.
She's convinced she heard something. I didn't want to bring her over here.
I'm glad you brought her, Claudia. Thank you. Wendy. Honey, would you do me a favor? And tell me what you heard.
I heard my mama's voice.
You did? What did she say?
She called my name.
Is that all?
No. She told me to hurry.
Where to?
I don't know. Where is she?
Well, honey, that's hard to say. We're just beginning to study on all this. Wendy, would you go out and get yourself something cool to drink?
You just want me to leave so you can talk about something that I shouldn't hear.
Donna, I'd appreciate it very much if I could have your permission, because that's exactly what I'd like to do.
I want to go out there, please. My mommy wouldn't leave me like that.
Why don't you go get a cold drink, honey?
The thing is, she may have a point.
What do you mean?
Well, the voices. People have heard them before. There are records of it in this material here. They hear the voices of people they've loved who disappeared. They've heard the voices and seen strange white lights.
Claudia, I think it might be a good idea if we took Wendy out and we traced the course all the way to Bimini.
You mean you think if you took her out there and you didn't find anything that would tend to settle her mind?
That's it exactly.
Well, Jed, I can't go along with that. I mean, in view of everything that's happened.
Harry, maybe the Coast Guard missed something. Maybe Frank was having problems with his radio. Maybe we'll find him in Bimini. I think we owe Wendy that look.
Is this the place?
Just about, yes.
What do we do?
Just this.
I don't like it, Jed.
Please, Aunt Claudia. My mommy is here. Somewhere she's here, and she's not dead.
I watched him take off, turned around while I could still hear his engine. And then it stopped. I looked back, and he was gone. What happened, Mr. Horn?
I don't know, Tim. You sure you didn't see Frank and Myra?
No, sir. There's an awful lot of good food and wine aboard that boat.
I'll see you. Thanks, Tim.
Do you have any other clever ideas on how to settle Wendy's mind?
Not right now, no.
What do I tell her, Jed? No more of that triangle business. I need something that makes sense.
Maybe there isn't anything that makes any sense. Maybe there is something to that stuff that Harry was talking about.
I guess you'd have to believe that. I feel sorry for you, Jed.
Why do you feel sorry for me?
Because you almost died yourself in a boat you designed. Now your partner has. And my sister.
Claudia, that boat was sound.
Look, I don't blame you for looking for other reasons. I can't go along with it, though. My responsibility to Wendy is to be a bit more realistic than that. I'm going to take Wendy back to the mainland on a plane. I'm sorry, Jed.
I always admired people like Frank who could push a throttle to the wall and go full out. I never could. I would say I was thinking of design limits, stress and strain, but I wasn't. I was scared. I was only about 3/4 speed when I tore this leg out.
What happened?
Unlimited hydroplane I designed for the Gold Cup. I was testing her and she disintegrated under me. The point is, the Bermuda Triangle didn't kill Frank and Myra. That boat did.
Well, I suppose you can think that way, Jed, if you want to get real extra special hard on yourself.
Harry, there's no Bermuda Triangle.
I don't know. Everything I've read up to now, that's considered, tells me there could be.
problem, sir?
Broken fuel line.
Too bad. I'd sure like to see that thing run. You need a tow?
I'd appreciate it.
What were you trying to do, Jed?
Take her out at speed. Try to find out what happened. I was going to push her to the wall. Red line. Prove something. Fuel line broke, and I'm glad it did. All I prove is that I created this thing. I'm terrified of it.
Wendy loves Florida so much. Doesn't seem fair to take her back to Syracuse just because it's easier for me.
What's in Syracuse?
A man. Modern American, emotionally stable type. Good man. President of the Chamber of Commerce. Carries a swell golf handicap. And he's so... boring. I shouldn't say that. He loves me. It can't be all bad.
Harry asked me to marry him last night.
Oh, wow. Well, why not?
I told Harry I was going to think about it.
Why, what's the matter? The age difference?
Oh, no, I don't care about that. You know, some women are more attracted to older men. I'm one of them.
Well, then what is it?
Well, until last night, when I told Harry differently, he thought that he'd found me. Well, that's not the way it was.
What do you mean?
I found him. See, there's this yacht broker in Miami. And he'd tell me when one of the big ones sold and whether or not the buyers were married. See, I was looking for Harry.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, I had to. I mean, I owed him that much. You know, I even surprised myself. I fell in love with the man.
Mommy, I'm here. Where are you? Where, Mommy? Where?
I got up this morning, her bed was empty and the boat was gone. I called you right away.
As soon as you did, we contacted the Coast Guard. Now, they haven't seen her in the harbor, but they put up a helicopter just the same.
Could she have gone inland?
What does that mean?
Well, ma'am, there's 2 channels between here and Lake Okeechobee.
It's one of them called the, North River?
Yes.
She used to fish there.
Okay, if she stayed in that channel, we can find her. But there must be 10, 15,000 places where she could go off, into the glades themselves.
Yeah.
Jed, I talked to Jim Clemens. He's waiting for us with the airboat.
We'll stay in radio contact, officer.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is on the same channel as the sheriff?
Yes, sir.
We're going to go over to North River, Jimmy.
Okay.
Why North River, Chad?
Frank and I took her fishing up there one time. It's just a guess, Harry.
Roger, I have you in sight. Jimmy, over there.
Oh. Hey, how about some breakfast? Oh, come on, honey, please.
Wendy, why don't you and I go down to the dock? We'll have a little talk, huh?
Where's Merriweather?
Jill took her out, honey.
Where'd she go? Was she looking for me?
Yeah, she went out to sea to try to find you. But she knows you're all right. We called her.
I went out there because I heard my mommy.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you, honey, why don't we sit down here and talk about that? Wendy, those voices are confusing things. This whole Bermuda Triangle is filled with things you can't understand. You know, the ancients would go right up to the limits they could explore, and then they'd write on their maps, beyond this place there be dragons. They swore that what they couldn't see was there. Nowadays, most folks swear what they can't see isn't there.
You don't think I heard my mommy's voice?
Wendy, will you think about something for me? Yesterday evening, you told Jill you knew your mama was coming back. Now, last night you went to sleep, and you know you dreamed. I'm asking you now, and don't say anything, just think back for me, and see if you can't put what you wanted most in this world together with what you dreamed. Think now, Wendy. Think back and remember.
I'm not much of a substitute mother, am I? She left so quietly, I never even heard her.
That doesn't make you wrong.
But now I know why it's wrong to accuse people of things. If you care at all, you're very busy accusing yourself. Jed, I'm really sorry about those things I said to you.
I know.
Mommy and Frank are dead, aren't they?
I'm afraid so, honey.
And I didn't really hear any voices. Sad they had to die on their wedding night.
Try not to think about it, Wendy.
But I have to think about it to understand. It's only sad for me. Just think how happy they must have been.
You know what would be the best thing for Wendy right now?
What?
Family. Will you marry me, Claudia?
There was a time I wanted you to say that.
I just did.
Even yesterday I wanted it. You make lovely gestures, Jed, but I can't marry you because it's best for Wendy. Only if it's best for you.
Are you going to hang me for a sentence?
No. But I'm not going to hang us for the lack of one. I have to decide what's best for me, too. Getting married is a very selfish thing.
I feel like a man who just stepped off the sidewalk and the street disappeared. What do I do now?
Nothing. Just be yourself.
You know, Jed, I raised a couple of sons. Didn't have too much trouble. I taught them to be honest, tell the truth, and how to read a corporate financial statement. It was pretty easy. But now a girl child has to be a whole other thing. You know what that Wendy said to me after I figured I had her all calmed down and ready to accept she hadn't heard any voices?
What'd she say?
I said she'd have to stop hearing the voices, otherwise they'd be obliged to call up the sheriff's department every night, and that wouldn't be right.
She's quite a kid, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. You going to be her stepdaddy?
I'd like to be. Claudia's in that thinking about it stage right now.
Don't that beat all? I asked Jill to marry me, and she wants me to think about it. Women. You know, Sigmund Freud spent 40 years studying them. Ended up saying, what do they want? My God, what do they finally want? You know, I figure if he didn't know, I sure as hell don't. Hey, Mastad there.
Yes, sir.
Don't fool around with my ship-to-shore aerial, please. I'm expecting a call.
No problem, sir.
Come on aboard, Jed. It's the weekend. We'll have a drink before lunch.
Harry, it's Tuesday.
Well, that's close enough. Come on, I got a chart I want to show you. Fascinating, isn't it?
This is authentic?
And it's accurate. Jill and I put it together from all the stuff we've read. Now, every pin is a plane or a boat that disappeared and nobody knows why. Like right here, 2 brand new Air Force KC-135 jet tankers, gone. And right here in Miami Harbor, a little yacht tied up to her moorings disappeared in broad daylight. There was even a priest on board, a Father Patrick Horgan was his name. And right here, Myra and Frank, and John Borden.
Harry, what caused these things? Give me a reason.
Well, Jed, I'll give you the most popular reason of all. See how it sets with you. Unidentified flying objects. The UFOs came down and snatched all these things and people away.
Come on, Harry, come on.
A lot of people believe that. You don't. All right, how about the lost city of Atlantis, which may be about here? You don't buy that?
Nope.
All right, how about all these things were sucked in, attracted to a power source of crystal buried by the ancients? Sea monsters? Do you believe sea monsters?
Harry, I don't believe any of those things, and neither do you. I want your reasons. Come on.
Well, Jed, can you put aside your logic for a time?
Try me.
I believe there's a door out there. Call it a electromagnetic or gravitational vortex. Or a space-time warp, if you want to get halfway scientific about it. But I believe there's a door out there. A door through which people and things pass.
To what?
I don't know that. But that doesn't mean it isn't there.
Harry, you're a dreamer.
Sure, I'm a dreamer, Jed. I started out with nothing. But I did a lot of dreaming. That's how I ended up with this. Don't ever trust absolutes, boy. Because sure as you know, some dreamer will come along and tear them all up for you. Like 50 years ago, you couldn't split the atom. That was an absolute. Some dreamer did it. 25 years ago, no man was ever going to get to the moon. Dreamers did it. Now they say nothing will ever go faster than the speed of light. But you watch, Jed. One of these days, some dreamer will do it. Yeah, I'm proud I'm a dreamer.
A person is either alive or he isn't. A ship or a plane either exists or it doesn't.
Okay, Jed, you're a man who likes to deal in logic. I've got the computer facts and figures for you. Come along with me. Jed, I've been putting these figures together, and, wait a minute. Well, what do you know?
What is it?
It's a note's what it is. A note from little old Jill. She must have written it just before she left.
What does it say?
What's it say?
Yeah, what does it say?
Well, what do you think it says?
I don't know. What does it say?
Well, it's addressed to the great man. That's kind of a private joke between us. She says, I'll be happy to be your wife anytime you say. What do you know? This is Harry here, Jill. Where are you? Jill? Come in, honey. Jill? Jed, check that area, will you? Honey, come in. Jill? Jill, come in.
It's clear, Harry.
Please, God, no. Come on.
Stay on 119 degrees. She'll be on the reciprocal. Yes, sir.
How'd you seaway, Barry? We have to put her down. Can you do it?
Yeah, I think. There's no thinking to it, son. If we have to put her down, we'll do it. There. I see her. Put this thing down now. Well, we'll give her a try. Cinch down those belts, gentlemen.
Give me the keys, Harry. I'll drive. Get in the car, Harry. Please. Harry? Drink.
Oh, thanks, Jed.
I don't like you staying alone on board here. Why don't you come over to my place?
Oh, thanks, Jed, but, no, this is my home. I'm going to stay in it. You know, Jed, when Jill and I first started, I was just another old man making a fool of himself over a younger woman. But it didn't end up that way.
No, it didn't.
You go to Claudia, son. Hold on to her. Keep her.
I intend to give it a try.
Failures will always tell you how hard they tried. Don't just try to do it. Do it. I guess, I sound like a man who's maybe never been scared. But I've been scared, Jed. I was scared of Jill. Scared of me with her. Tennessee Williams said it. He said the difference between the people in this world are between those who have and had pleasure in love and those who had not. The difference between the spectators and the performers. If Jill hadn't come along, I'd have been a spectator the rest of my life.
But you did meet her.
I'll tell you one thing, and then I'll keep the rest to myself like a man should. Or maybe shouldn't, hell, I don't know. But anyway, the first time we were together, I was scared. She knew I was scared. But after, she looked at me and said, "Harry Ballinger, you're a good man. Not great, but good." We both laughed. And you know, Jed, that was the single dearest thing that ever happened to me.
I agree with you, Dora. And I agree with your conclusion. But you might as well drag up a fishing pole and join me. We'll be two foolish old men whom no one will believe.
Tell me, Professor, did you ever try to find that door?
No. No, not until it was too late.
What do you mean?
Well, I could feel her presence out there somewhere. But you know, there's scientific evidence that the process of transition is not always immediate. I hesitated. Afraid, I suppose. Afraid to follow. Well, that don't mean that I could have. Only that I didn't try until it was too late.
What happened?
Well, she just seemed to fade away while I stood cursing the unknown. I'm not ashamed to admit that I cling to this world. There's only one thing greater than life. Another foolish concept. Love.
Harry,
Gloria.
I'm so very sorry about Jill. I loved her. I know she loved you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know she did, honey.
What are you doing, Harry?
I'm going to take a little boat ride.
Who's going with you?
I'm going by myself.
Well, Harry, isn't this too big a boat to take out by yourself?
It doesn't matter.
Well, where's Jed?
He's probably at your place.
Listen, Harry, how about some company?
Well, pleased to have you. It's always nice to have company on a boat ride.
Any particular place you're going, Harry?
Just out to sea a ways. Someplace where there's a door.
What?
There's one out there somewhere. And I'm going to find it.
called. She went out to sea in Harry's boat.
How long ago?
I don't know. She had trouble with the radio phone.
No, Wendy, I'll need you here. You stay by the phone, okay?
Get Claudia, please. I need her. Don't let anything happen to her.
You stay by the phone. If she calls in again, have the ship-to-shore operator patch her into me. I'll be on bank shot, all right?
Hey, that's the same guy we towed in. Bank shot.
Yeah. Gonna have to bust him.
I'm going topside. I'll put her on automatic pilot.
Harry, what can I do?
Nothing, Claudia. There's nothing you can do. I'm here, honey.
Ship to shore. Ship to shore. Come in, please. Somebody, come in, please.
Claudia! This is Jed on bank shot. Where are you?
Oh, Jed. I don't know. Wait a minute. Jed, it's 119 degrees, but I don't know where.
I'm on my way.
Jed, hurry, please.
I have you in sight. The throttles, Claudia. Pull them back toward you. Harry, come in with us, please.
I can't do it, Jed.
You're not going to find her, Harry.
Maybe I can't find her. But if I do, and I see my door, I'm going to step right through it. If I can't, I'll turn this pretty thing around. And we'll drink us some good liquor in the evening. But right now, I'd like my privacy, son.
You'll come back in if...
Jedediah, you have my word.
Made a complete and thorough search of the ship. There is no one aboard.